Part 1. The Engine of Execution Schedule Line Categories. In the SAPSD hierarchy, header, item, schedule line. The schedule line represents the quantifiable execution of the order, while the item category tells the system what the product is: service, standard material, make to order. The schedule line category tells the system when and how to process the logistics. Without a schedule line, a sales order item is merely a text placeholder. It cannot be delivered, it cannot be billed in delivery-related billing, and it passes no requirements to MRP. 1. Schedule line category configuration, VOV6. Transaction code, VOV6. Table, TVEP. Schedule line categories, or TVEPZ, determination. To be an expert, you must understand the control flags inside the schedule line category, not just memorize the codes. Key control fields in VOV6. A. Business data. Delivery block. You can set a default delivery block here. If this schedule line is determined, the line is automatically blocked for delivery. Use case: use this for quote schedule lines, where you want to accept the date but strictly prevent accidental shipping. Movement type, MVT. This is the bridge between SD and MM, materials management. Standard, example, 601. Goods issue for sales order. Reduces unrestricted stock. Consignment, example, 631. Transfers stock from unrestricted to customer consignment stock. Returns, example, 651 or 653. Increases stock. Expert note: if this field is blank, no goods movement is possible. This is why service items, item cat TAD, often have schedule lines with no movement type. Movement type 1 step. Used for specific scenarios like third-party processes, ALE, or stock transport orders, STO, where you want a simplified one-step transfer. B. Transaction flow, item rel F, DLV, item relevant for delivery. This is the master switch. If unchecked, the schedule line will never appear in the delivery due list, VL04, or VL10. Scenario: schedule line CN, no material planning, usually has this unchecked because it is often used for items where stock is exhausted and the customer accepts no delivery. Purchase requisition DELEV shed, used in third-party orders, CS, and individual purchase orders, CB. Configures the type of purchase requisition, NB, and the item category in purchasing, standard, or third-party. Critical: if you select Create PO automatically here, saving the sales order triggers the PR immediately. C. Requirements or assembly. Requeue or assembly, requirements transfer. Checked. The system transfers the demand to MRP, material requirements planning. The value appears in MD04. Unchecked. The sales order is invisible to the production or procurement team. Availability. Checked. The system performs an availability check, ATP, based on the logic defined in OVZ9, scope of check. Expert tip: you can have requirement transfer all in, but availability check off. This means tell production I need this, but don't stop me from saving the order if we don't have it right now. Standard schedule line categories, cheat sheet. CAT description usage movement type rec transfer. CP MRP standard sales order, TN, 601, yes. CN, no, MRP items with no stock or planning blank number. BP legacy systems items managed in external systems blank number CS, third party, TAS, blank yes, PR. CB individual, POIPO, TAB blank yes PR. D0 returns, REN, 651, no DN returns, no MRP, returns, where stock isn't planned, 651, number 1. 2. Schedule line determination, VOV5. Transaction code, VOV5. The system determines the schedule line category automatically. As a consultant, you must know the two key logic, $text item category plus text MRP type, material master, equals text schedule line category $. 1. Item category, derived from the sales document type plus item category group. 2. MRP type, located in the material master, MRP1, view. Examples: PD, MRP, ND, no planning. VB, reorder point. Expert scenario, you sell a material. Usually it is PD, relevant for MRP. The system finds item CAT TAN plus MRPPD, schedule line CP. You inadvertently sell a material marked ND, no planning. The system looks for TAN plus ND. Troubleshooting. If VOV5 is missing the entry for TAN plus ND, the user gets the error. No schedule line category could be determined. You must fix this assignment. Part 2. The architecture of blocking in SAPSD. Blocking in SAP is hierarchical. A block at a higher level propagates down or overrides lower levels depending on the configuration. You must understand the 3 distinct pillars of blocking: sales, delivery, and billing, and how they apply at the header, item, and master data levels. 2. 1. Sales blocking. Order creation or change. Definition: prevents the creation or modification of a sales document. A. Configuration, OVAU. Transaction, OVAU. Define sales block reasons. Assignment, OVAZ. Assign block to sales area. The block reason code, example. O1 credit limit, is just a label. The behavior is controlled by where the block is assigned. B. Levels of sales blocking. 1. Customer master level, VD05 or XD05. You can set a block for all sales areas, applies to the customer globally. Selected sales area, applies only to specific org data. Order block field. If you set O1-overall block here, the user cannot create an order for this customer. Scope. You can configure, in OVSU, whether a block is a warning or an error. Expert tip. If set to warning, the user can bypass it. If error, the process stops. 2. Material master level, MM02. X distribution chain status, basic data 1. Blocks material across all sales orgs. D-chain spec. Status, sales org 1. Blocks material for a specific distribution channel. Valid from, allows you to set a block that automatically activates in the future, example. For phased out products. Config, T-code OMS4. Here you define if the block affects sales orders, deliveries, or both, and if it is an error or warning. 3. Document type level, VOV8. You can assign a default block to a specific sales document type. Use case. Use this for credit memo requests, where you want every request to be blocked by default until a manager reviews and removes the block. 2. Delivery blocking, logistics execution. Definition: stops the logistical processing, picking, packing, PGI. Critical concept: a delivery block does not necessarily stop the requirement transfer, MRP. This is the most common interview question or consulting confusion point. A. Configuration, OVLS. Transaction, OVLS. Define delivery block reasons. This is where the real control lies. When you define a delivery block, example, O1, credit hold, you configure the following checkboxes. 1. Order type, legacy field, rarely used. 2. Def, deferral of requirement, unchecked. The order is blocked for delivery, but the requirement is still passed to MRP. Production will build it, you just can't ship it. Checked, the requirement is removed from MRP. The system acts as if the order doesn't exist for planning purposes. Expert use case. For a political embargo block, check this box. You don't want to manufacture goods you might never ship. For credit check, usually leave unchecked, you expect them to pay, so keep building. 3. Pick or pack. Determines if the block prevents picking or packing activities in the warehouse if the delivery was already created. B. Levels of delivery blocking. 1. Header level, VBAK-LEF-SK. Found in the Sales Order Header, Shipping tab. If set here, all items in the order are blocked. This block is copied from the Customer Master, Shipping tab, if defined there. 2. Schedule line level, VBEP-LIFSP. Found in the Item Detail, Schedule Line tab. Granularity, you can block Schedule Line 1, Date A, but allow Schedule Line 2, Date B. Auto assignment, as mentioned in Section 1. 1. The Schedule Line category, VOV6, can default a delivery block here. Example: creating a free of charge sample item often uses a schedule line category with a default delivery block, so a manager must approve the freebie before shipping. The shipping due list impact, VL10 or VL04. When a delivery block exists, the order will not appear in the shipping due list. If you run VL10 and cannot find your order, check the header or schedule line delivery block. 2. 3. Billing blocking, invoicing. Definition: prevents the creation of the billing document, invoice, or credit memo. A. Configuration: TVFSP. Transaction: OVV3. Define billing block reasons. B. Levels of billing blocking. 1. Header level, VBAK. FAK, SK. Found in header, billing document tab. Stops the entire document from being billed. Common use: credit memo requests usually have a default billing block set in VOV8 to enforce an approval workflow. 2. Item level, VBAP, FAK, SP. Found in item detail, billing document tab. Allows you to bill line item 10 but block line item 20. Expert note: if the item category, VOV7, has billing relevance set to I, order-related billing plan, blocks are often managed at the billing plan level. 3. Impact on billing due list, VF04. Blocked documents will not appear in VF04 standard processing. They will appear if you explicitly select billing blocked filter settings, but you cannot process them until the block is removed. Part 3. Advanced integration and hands-on expert scenarios. To be a hands-on expert, you must understand how these blocks interact with other modules and complex scenarios. 3. 1. Credit Management, FSCM or OVA8. SAP Credit Management is the biggest automated user of blocks. Automatic Credit Control, OVA8. When an order fails a credit check. Static. Dynamic. Oldest open item. The system sets a credit status, VBUKCM, GST. It also typically sets a delivery block, if configured. Expert nuance: a credit block is technically a status, not just a simple field. To release it, you don't just delete the block field, you use VKM3 or VKM1. Manually removing the delivery block field without resetting the credit status will often result in the block reappearing instantly upon save. 3. 2. Interaction, Schedule Lines and Availability Check, ATP. How do blocks affect ATP? Scenario: you have a material block, OMS4, set to warning for sales. Result: you enter the order. System gives a warning. You click Enter. ATP impact: if the material status allows the order, ATP proceeds. Delivery block impact: if you have a delivery block set to defer requirements in OVLS, the schedule line will show confirmed quantity, but MD04 will not show the demand. This is a common support ticket. Why is my stock not reserved even though the order is confirmed? Answer: check the delivery block configuration. 3. Hierarchy of blocking, conflict resolution. What happens if the customer is blocked, but the material is free? Or header is free, but schedule line is blocked? 1. The restrictive rule: generally, the most restrictive block wins. If header delivery block is set, nothing ships. If header is clear but schedule line 1 has a block, only schedule line 1 is held. Schedule line 2 can ship. 2. Master data versus transaction. Master data blocks, customer or material, are copied into the transaction at the moment of creation. Expert insight: if you block a customer in XD05 after the order was created, the existing order is not automatically blocked. The block applies to new orders. You must mass update existing orders, mass or VA05, to apply the new block. Part 4. Troubleshooting Guide: the Why Isn't It Working? Checklist. When a user complains about blocks or schedule lines, follow this mental flowchart. Issue 1. I can't deliver this order. 1. Check Schedule Line category. Go to the Item, Schedule Line tab. What is the CAT? Example: CN, check VOV6. Is item rel hef DLV checked? If no, it's impossible to deliver. 2. Check order header. Is there a value in the delivery block field? 3. Check schedule line data. Is there a block in the specific schedule line? 4. Check credit status. Go to header, status. Is credit status not approved? Issue 2. Production can't see my order requirement. 1. Check MD04. Is the order listed? 2. If no, check the schedule line category in VOV6. Is RAQ or assembly checked? 3. If yes, but still missing, check the delivery block on the order. Does that block ID in OVLS have defer confirmation checked? Issue 3. System is determining the wrong schedule line. 1. Check material master. Go to MRP1. View. What is the MRP type? Example: P, D, or ND. 2. Check item category. What item cat was determined? Example: TAN. 3. Check VOV5. Look for the combination. If TAN plus ND is mapped to CN, but you wanted CP, change the mapping or change the material master. Summary table: the all blocks matrix, block type T-code config, T-code key table impact scope key checkbox to know. Sales VA01, OVAU, or OVAZ, TVAU creation or change warning versus error. Delivery VL01, NOVLS, TVLS, shipping or picking defer requirements. Critical. Billing VF01, OVV3, TVFS, invoicing posting block. Credit VKM 30VA8, T691F, all functions CM status. User status BS020K, 02TJ30, custom controls business transaction control. Next step for the consultant. To solidify this knowledge, I recommend you go to your IDES or sandbox system and perform the block effect test. 1. Create a custom delivery block in OVLS. 2. Scenario A. Uncheck defer. Create an order. Check MD04. Requirement should exist. 3. Scenario B. Check defer. Create an order. Check MD04. Requirement should be missing. 4. Scenario C. Assign this block to a schedule line category in VOV6 and trigger it via VOV5. This hands-on test will make the interaction between schedule lines and blocks unforgettable.